Is it my imagination? I haven't gone back and watched the program from last year. I know they didn't, and I'm not knocking again their crowd. They didn't sell out this year 20,000 people. They had over 10,000. It wasn't full, but still it's a giant place.
It would have sold out the Garden with the modern the way the seats are currently, I believe.
Right. But the point is, did it look like a bigger crowd last year because of the way they shot it? This year, the stage and the set looked great, but that dominated every shot in the field of vision. You couldn't see the people. They had a stadium, and it looked like an indoor crowd of 5,000 people.
Well, they had 7,000, give or take, less people. So that, and a lot of that was in the
okay, but that means they
bowl.
had 13,000. I'm just telling you, and I'm not giving Kevin Dunn any credit for this. But the WWE, when they've got a medium-sized crowd, they shoot it like it's goddamn WrestleMania 3. There's the impression that there's more people there than there is. In this case, it was shot and appeared to me like there were less people there than there were. Last year, it seemed more impressive.
Because it was more impressive.
But I'm talking about the shots of the building. No,
but they couldn't shoot. I think they were limited because, again, it's a tennis stadium, and the way it goes up, you couldn't shoot high because as soon as you shot high, you would expose that there was no one there.
Okay, but there were shots that I saw of the lower bowl, and there was a lot of floor seats, and they just had static shots of like a group of people. They could have done pans. They could have had a jib. If they had the jib and panned the entire floor and did a circle, it would have been a 30-second uninterrupted shot of people. Different.
Now, they should do stuff like that. I'm not disagreeing with you, because when you have a crowd like that, and even if it's only 13,000 and change, you're in a stadium, it looks good. You got to be capturing lots of footage like that. I agree.
So, get the jib, Captain. Anyway, so the first match, damn. Chris Jericho enters, and the audience, especially in New York, does the sing-along. They know every word. Why be a heel? If you're going to encourage the people to sing your song, why be a heel? Or if you want to be a heel, why don't you take the song away from the people because the ego gets in the way? There's a difference between reinventing yourself and bouncing back and forth between being a heel and a babyface when it fits your outside the ring projects. But it was for the Ring of Honor title. Claudio Castagnoli, the brand new champion that just won that title from the little short fella that stormed out.
Jonathan Gresham, I believe was his name.
There you go. He's gone back to writing novels.
Oh, will you stop it?
And it was good. They had Ian Riccaboni on commentary. And I was saying, okay, name, value, star power. We got Chris Jericho in the opening match. What a better way to establish the Ring of Honor title is something that stars want to go for. And he and Claudio, I'm sure, will have a good match. And I'm not even going to critique the fucking match. Claudio's great. We know that. This was okay for Jericho these days. There was one point that Jericho went down on the floor and tried to hide behind Kerry Silken and tried to sucker punch Claudio and missed Claudio with the punch. He was 6 inches short. Claudio didn't realize had to sell it kind of anyway, like, ooh, did I get hit? But I'm thinking back to Tyler Black and Davey Richards. I'm thinking back to Eddie Edwards and Roderick Strong. I'm thinking back to fucking I'm thinking back to all these state-of-the-art, modern-style Ring of Honor world title matches that I saw and that have been held over the last 10 years or so. And I'm pretty sure that the Ring of Honor fans of 2012 would not have dug this as a Ring of Honor world title match. It's not the same. What they've done is Tony bought a company because he was a mark for the fucking initials and the video library. And that's fine. Now you got a video library, but he's tried to keep the promotion alive on his television program for another promotion. And all it's done is clutter everything up with multiple championships where nobody can keep track of everything. And this match did more to tell the fans that did exist of Ring of Honor over the last 10 years, well, nothing you liked about the promotion you liked is going to be involved in what we're doing. Because this is a standard WWF style match, and I don't want to ruin anything for anybody, but guess who the new Ring of Honor World Champion is? Fucking hell. So their poor Claudio gets signed. Claudio comes in, has all the goodwill from the fans. They love him. They're wanting to see him get a chance. He was shit on in the other place. Then they put the Ring of Honor World title on him. And the very next time we see him in any kind of fucking legitimate television program, maybe he's been on fucking YouTube defending the title, he gets beat by Chris Jericho, who, if Chris Jericho had put Claudio Castagnoli over here, it wouldn't have hurt him one iota. Chris Jericho would have still been the same person he always was, over just as much. It would have helped Claudio, and it would have helped establish the Ring of Honor title as being something somebody would want. But now, Claudio here's his Dixon in his hand again. And the Ring of Honor fans obviously don't want to see Chris Jericho defend the Ring of Honor title, because that's the whole idea, is that you're getting the modern matches with Ring of Honor, and that ain't what you get with Chris Jericho. Just the modern falderall outside the ring. So this was pretty much the absolute worst thing you could do. Put the Ring of Honor title on a guy that no fans of Ring of Honor would want to see have the matches for the world title, beat Claudio when he still had a hope, had a chance of getting over. And by the way, in the finish. So, ladies and gentlemen, Claudio finally gets the giant swing and fucking hit Jericho with a clothesline and got a 2 count. And right then I said, boy, it would really mean something for Claudio if he wins this. And at that point, Jericho goes and gets the bat in front of the referee, Aubrey Ed. He swings the bat at Claudio. Claudio blocks it, takes it away from him. Did she disqualify anybody? Nay, she did not. She grabs the bat and puts it out of the ring. And while she's doing that, Claudio goes for a fucking power bomb. Jericho backdrops him. He lands on his feet and staggers forward and almost hits Aubrey in the corner. And she, in a very stagey way, turns around and covers up. And Jericho kicks him in the balls and hits the Judas 1, 2, 3. And then the fans cheer the hell out of the heel for fucking the babyface and sing his song. Hey, original Ring of Honor fans, the ones that didn't like me, how you liking Tony's Ring of Honor? A bad fuck finish with a fucking WWE style match and beating one of the favorite talents that's ever come through the Ring of Honor doors, all in the same 15 minutes. Your thoughts, Brian Last?
I want to ask you a question about this to play devil's advocate in a second, but there's something we've talked about for a little while now, you and I, because you and I have never really seen Claudio the same way, and this is exactly why. This is my problem right here. Whenever, even in WWE and now here, whenever it seems like he's getting an opportunity, getting a chance, whether it's with a belt or with a push, it's yanked away right away. And I know that's probably not what Tony's intention was here, but that's the way it feels. I was just starting to be able to invest in this guy, his new career, his new name here in AEW, gets this title, it's already gone. So now Chris Jericho could be a world champion. I wasn't crazy about the match, but the people there were crazy to pop for a title change. Jim, I want to ask you a question.
You know, just by process of elimination and the odds, there had to be a title change, since wasn't every single match they presented for some kind of championship?
Just about. Because when I had the graphic with the two wrestlers on each side, there was like a belt behind them in every single one of them, I noticed.